Undisputed.
Good morning. Welcome to Undisputed. I'm Jenny Taft with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. I'm ready to go today. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great, Jenny. I just want to say this before we get to our first topic. You know, the Skip Bayless that we know now is not the Skip Bayless that was in Bristol. That's all I want to say.
I don't know what that means.
You do know. We're gonna talk about it in the first block. You changed since you got to LA. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe it's the water.
Well,
yeah, you changed.
Yeah. All I know is that my man Tom Brady is now posting more on Instagram than either you or your so-called king are posting on Instagram.
He's on IG a lot, Skip. He's on IG an awful lot.
Shannon, how are you even talking right now, considering your social media presence? All right, we have a packed show, and since Skip brought up Tom Brady, I feel like that's the only way we should start Undisputed today, because it is very clear that since leaving New England, Tom Brady's persona has changed. He has started to promote his personal products more frequently from his TB12 brand. He made an appearance on the Howard Stern Show and was mic'd up the entire time during the Match charity golf event. We've heard more from Brady than we typically would have under the Belichick regime. I'll take all the Tom Brady I can get. Shannon, how do you explain this new Tom Brady?
Well, really, I don't really think there's an explanation that is really needed, Skip. Have anybody ever thought this might be the real Tom Brady, not the guy that suppressed and was so guarded over the last 20 years? Skip, they're talking like the guy has a drug habit. Yes, he was very guarded. Yes, he did not let a whole lot of people into his circle. But I can assure you, the very people that was in Tom Brady's circle for the last 20 years, they still remain. I don't think, Skip, what's really eating at them, I don't think the Boston media and a lot of the Boston faithful have gotten over that Tom Brady actually left. They thought this thing was going to run for another 3, 4, 5, forever how long it was going to run, and they were going to be able to brag and gloat about we're Super Bowl champs and we're going back to the Super Bowl. Now, they still might, but the road got a lot more difficult. Sometimes, Skip, people put on a persona. But remember, perception is a person's reality, but that's not always the truth. The perception that they have of Tom Brady, that he's guarded, he's guarded, gee whiz, maybe this was Tom Brady all along, and maybe in the best interest of the team and show the leadership that he needed to show, this was the way it was supposed to be. I don't think Tom Brady is any different. Is he posting more now? Yes. Maybe he feels like he wants to say more now. Now, down the road, Skip, do I believe that Tom Brady will have anything negative to say about that organization, which he just left, or he will say anything derogatory about Coach Belichick or Mr. Kraft? Skip, I do not. I think down the road he might write a tell-all and say, you know what, I'm disappointed that it ended the way it ended, but I don't really think he's going to say anything derogatory. But at the end of the day, Skip, maybe the Tom Brady that we're watching right now, the one that was mic'd up during the golf outing, the one that's been posting more and more, maybe that's the real Tom Brady. And the other guy was a sham.
No, the other guy wasn't a sham. Shannon, here's what happened. For 20 years, Tom Brady had to live under the rule of and under the thumb of Coach Troll. Bill Belichick was the all-time dictator, tyrant, ogre, the most difficult coach, I believe, to play for that we've ever seen in the National Football League. But his quarterback swallowed it and let him get away with it. His quarterback, who was slowly but surely becoming the GOAT, sacrificed his, Tom Brady's ego for his, Bill Belichick's, huge ego. And Shannon, I think it was harder than anybody knew on Tom Brady, but he knew he had to do it for the greater good of the team. He had to tell everybody in the locker room, it's okay, it's just the way he is. You just got to take the abuse, because in the end, we're going to win because of the discipline and dedication and the structure and the culture and all those hard things to live with that even Gronkowski is so happy to be free of. As long as the quarterback bought into it for 20 years, great things were going to happen. Obviously, 9 Super Bowls in 20 years happened. 6 wins in Super Bowls happened. And yet, the first thing Chad Johnson told me, a guy I've been close to for a long time, when he went to the Patriots in 2011, he was shocked. The first day of camp, they had a full team film session in which Bill Belichick threw in the tape of the previous year's playoff loss at home to the Jets. I don't know if you remember, 2010 ended with Tom Brady losing to Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez. It was 28-21. Brady threw for 300. He played okay, but they got their butts kicked. And Chad Johnson said he was in awe that immediately Bill Belichick started to remount the quarterback, Tom Brady. He went after him with that sarcastic ridicule that Belichick is so good at. And then practice started, and Chad told me he didn't let up on him. Practices, camp practices, he's all over number 12. And number 12 took it because number 12's father always taught him growing up in San Mateo, California, you have to honor and obey your head coach. So Tommy was always a good boy for Bill Belichick, but after a while it started to eat him up. And then we've talked for hours about what happened. In 2017, Brady woke up and realized that guy that he sacrificed for is trying to push him out the back door in favor of Jimmy G. And then that 2017 Super Bowl happened, the Eagles happened, Philly special happened, and Tom Brady woke up the next day and thought, I threw for 505, I scored 33, we gave up 41 because my friend Malcolm Butler spent the whole day on the bench after he played the most snaps of any defensive player during the regular season. And Brady just couldn't take it anymore. And I think he did feel like he got sabotaged in that Super Bowl. So remember, a month or so later, Tom's out here in Santa Monica at a business conference, and it was a paid gig, but Jim Gray interviewed him, and Jim Gray does a great job of interviewing and getting the most out of Tom Brady. And he asked Brady, do you feel like you get the appropriate gratitude from the Patriots? And Brady said, I plead the fifth. And then Jim Gray said, are you happy? And he said, I have my moments. What? Those were the first shots fired from Tom Brady at the coach he was supposed to honor and obey. And it was a ticking time bomb from that point forward. So Shannon, to me, what we're seeing now is this is like an 18-year-old kid who finally broke free from a horribly strict father, and he got to go away to college. And he's out in college. He's on his own now, and he is flexing his goatish muscles. He's feeling his social oats. He's enjoying the fruits of being the GOAT all of a sudden, and he's going social media wild. He is. And again, the reason I don't love it is because he's way better at playing quarterback than he is at being glib or funny or cute on social media, because most of it, even to me, and I love Brady, it's, I'll give you this. It's
dry.
It's a little silly. It's a little cliched. It's a little gee whizzy. It's a little lame. It's straight up lame most of the time, and yet he is showing you his other side. I get that, but I'm happy for him because he's finally saying, I'm free. It's like he's on extended spring break in Tampa. And it's fun to watch. He's found his happiness. He's riding a wave in Tampa Bay. He's posting all over Twitter and Instagram. And again, I hope it's not to the detriment of preparing to play football, but I don't think it is, Shannon. I'm happy for him because I think this man paid prices that we have no idea how severe they were for 20 years under Coach Troll.
Whoa, this is what and remember, people at home, remember I said this, if we like someone, we'll like their message. There's really no difference between Bill Belichick and Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan tried to get best out of his teammates by riding them, ridiculing them, sometimes outright being disrespectful towards them. Coach Belichick got 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 Super Bowl wins, and now Skip Bayless is calling him a troll, calling him a tyrant. I thought the ends justify the means. We just spent last week talking about the ends justify the means. Shannon, you can't argue with the results. 6-0 is 6-0. Now, all of a sudden, you don't like Bill Belichick. He's a tyrant. He's a troll. Tom Brady is happy to get out from under his thumb. And now this? Come on, Skip. You can't have it both ways. Remember, I knew there was a time come that I would be able to throw this back in your face. Now Coach Belichick is a tyrant. Now, how dare he speak to the GOAT like that? But you had no problem with Michael Jordan, did it? So what was the difference, Skip? If the ends justify the means, in other words, by any means necessary to get the outcome that we seek, what is the difference between Coach Belichick and Michael Jordan besides you like one and dislike the other?
Michael Jordan was playing extreme high-level basketball while Belichick was merely coaching. Belichick played lacrosse at Wesleyan. He's not very athletic. He's a little Napoleonic figure, while Jordan was winning 10 scoring titles and a Defensive Player of the Year and 9 first-team all-defensive players and MVPs right and left. He should have won MVP every year. And Shannon, he was saying, you have to follow my lead.